they are playing, there was this stupid video that is in circulation. You know, they can't attack ESN. They can't. They have no moral ground. But I'm sure they gave money to some idiots and gave them guns to say they are Biafran Army. I don't know if they're up to 6 or 7 of them, which is a lie. It's the DSS creation. So they can have justification to say to Biden or the US ambassador, can you see they now have Biafran Army? We can now move in to attack them. Anybody, if you are involved in that video, take a walk. You want to give Fulani Janjaweed the reason to invade our land. That's what you're doing. But we shall get to that later. Anybody involved in the circulation of that video is a gunner. I'm telling you the truth. And those that made it. That is how people behave, because they don't understand the game plan of the Fulani. People are very foolish. Fulani will come to you and want to use you and you succumb because you have greed, envy, and jealousy inside you. Which one again is Biafran Army, I'm asking you? From where? How many people? The day I will bring out the Biafran Army, we number over 200,000 standing. Reserve is over 1 million. Some bunch of idiots somewhere, because you're serving your Fulani Janjaweed masters. We'll get hold of all of you. Take a uno. We know they're bad eggs when we see them. We warned people against voting for Buhari in 2015 when he was still alive. The same Buhari died in 2017. People, all of you know that Buhari is dead. Today he's young, tomorrow he's old. You see his hand is fresh today, tomorrow. Nobody knows who is who anymore. All of you are there, but because it's the turn of your village. Your brother is a senator. Your sister is a House of Reps member. You don't want to lose that money that is coming in every day. You come out on social media and you're talking rubbish all the time because you're a black person. You don't understand. There is something called economies of scale. Some of you cannot reason very well. You claim you went to school. Sometimes I wonder the type of lecturers you had in your useless schools that you went to. I wonder, honestly speaking. Because you and your family, you're benefiting. Somehow you think that life is okay for you. Because of the level, or should I say the poverty of ideas inside you. Any day your relative goes into the farm, the Fulanis will kill them. All you can do is to lament. Say things are bad though, and you go and you sleep. And nothing gets done about it. It was I am very, very grateful to Almighty Elohim. That the courage today that you have in your balance because of ESN, the courage of Amoteku to say no to Fulani is because of ESN. Because of Eastern Security Network. That is why they found the courage to say no to Fulani. If not, they will not do it. After all these years, without the should I say all these months, without the coming of ESN, has Amoteku said we are going to flush out Fulani headsmen from our bushes? Never. It's because they saw us, they have seen us doing it. They said, oh, we might as well do the same thing as well. In order to it's called a pincer movement, to cut us off. They got some people, I don't know whether maybe in Olu or whatever, got them together, gave them, say, we are Biafran Army, a few idiots. They are shooting gun, we are Biafran Army. Inside somewhere. Did we tell you that we have formed the Biafran Army? We said when we form it, the world will know that we have come. I don't hide anything. If you claim you are behind any useless group calling themselves Biafran Army, show your face because I'm showing my face on video. I claim ownership of not ownership, of course. I can claim responsibility for ESN. Can you claim the same thing for Biafran Army? If you claim you're a human being, that's to say it's all the handiwork of DSS. Mad people every idiots everywhere. Africans and lack of discipline. You don't have discipline. You don't have discipline. That was why the white man came and conquered you, because you lack discipline. After the white man must have finished with you, Fulani came from Senegambia, because you have no brain. Lack of discipline. Every idiot thinks they can lead. They don't know what leadership entails. Every monkey thinks, oh, maybe if we have it. Nobody is funding IPOB ESN. It's only IPOB that's funding it worldwide. If you think you can bring 2 or 3 people together with a few rifles, and because of that, you can start calling for funds, you are wasting your time. You don't know our people. They won't give you a dime. Fulani is making use of your brain. You cannot say it. They come to you, oh, why don't you fight Yoruba? Oh, Yoruba is against Igbo. Igbo is against Yoruba. Fight each other. The same thing they did in the constitution of Biafran. They told, I know the game they're playing. There was this stupid video.
Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, great and wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world. I greet you according to your time zone. While you are joining us, share the video, invite others to join. Wherever you are watching from, invite others to join. We are here once again to continue where we stopped. We are here, share the video. Of course, we are live on YouTube at Judge Money Blog Africa. We are live on Facebook at Judge Money Blog, and on Twitter and X. We are live on X at Judge Money C. So wherever you are going to watch from, retweet, share on YouTube, like the video for the algorithm to do the sharing as well. So, great and wonderful people of Africa, we welcome you also, and all the lovers of freedom across the world. We are freedom fighters. We are up for our freedom, and we support anybody who is fighting a just cause, who is fighting for their freedom across the world, because we are freedom fighters. So, it is very, very important that we address some certain issues that is going on. Of course, number one of them, if you look at what we have today, you will see the issue of what happened a few days ago in Finland, Helsinki. And on the other hand, you will see Mr. Ibu. You will see Mr. Ibu and those who actually were helping him to get well. It is very, very important that we actually talk about it, because if you look at the activities of those celebrities in Nigeria, if you look the way the celebrities in Nigeria, the way they are dying like flies, you will bear me witness and you will understand that there is something about it. So that thing about it is what we are going to talk about today, because if you look at the man next to Mr. Ibu, he is the man that is alleged that he cleared his hospital bills. The reason why I brought this man with me and with Mr. Ibu, it is because this man is also in the government of Nigeria. And being in a part of the government of Nigeria, he is part of the problem of Nigeria. And the reason why I decided to bring him here, it is not because he didn't do well in helping Mr. Ibu. He did well in helping Mr. Ibu. But the real reason why I brought him here, it is because this man is part of the problem of Nigeria, because he is in a political space in Nigeria. So if they come to choose who they will run up to help, because these people are well known, that means other people are in trouble. That means ordinary people who are not even available in the social media, that means they are in grave danger. Their lives are in grave danger, because no one is going to rise up for them. You see now the reason why Mr. Ibu is helped, because he is a public figure. Mr. Ibu is a public figure. Help is coming from all over the place, coming for his help. Thank God there are people who are out there to help. It is very important that we understand that there are people who are out there to help. But in a situation whereby, before I go there, let me introduce to you what we have today. Now, first one, you see the Eperima in Finland on the other side, bragging with his bodyguard, who is a white guy, which you are seeing in front of the screen, because he works with a bodyguard right now. So when you see these people, I know that they took this picture in order to prove something. They are pushing it all over social media, but I can categorically tell you, this is a bodyguard. He pays with your money, $100. I think $100 per day. That's what he paid this type of bodyguard in order to guide your prime minister in Finland. So that is, we are going to actually bring the detail of what transpired in that, bogus so-called Biafra self-referendum, which I don't know where it is, that word is derived from. Now, on the other hand, you will see Ikenga Uruagu. A lot has been happening, within everywhere we go, we hear about, comrade Ikenga Uruagu. Wherever we go, both, in the media space, out of the media space, we hear about Ikenga Uruagu. And, one thing is that so many people, they keep on, asking, why did you see what Ikenga Uruagu said? It's been a long time. People has been showing me the videos of what he said. I just ignored it. The reason why I ignored it is because I actually wanted to know what exactly is going on, because it is not the same day, somebody that I don't like to be pushed to do something that my heart did not tell me to do. But I believe that my heart is now, my heart told me to advise the young man. And that is the reason why I am going to give him a friendly advice. I am going to give him an advice like a comrade. And of course, I hope he takes the advice. Otherwise, if he ignores it, it is still what it is. There is nothing I can do. But the most important thing is, did you say something? That is exactly what I am here to tell him. If it is, all the things or the reason why people are actually, pointing at him, because I said, so we want to find exactly, I want to actually, ask my brother Ikenga, what exactly is the reason why everybody is talking about you? And I have seen videos where you have actually contradicted, what we are doing. So we are going to do, analyze it further. On the other hand, I saw a flag. Of course, this one, I want you to be seeing it. This one, you see this flag, where the people in Helsinki, unveiling their so-called Biafran Army. The reason why I played the first video of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that I played, you will know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told you, when we are going to unveil Biafran Army, we are going to unveil 200,000 reservists over 1 million. And of course, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was also, aware that the enemy is doing everything at its disposal to make sure that they try to come into our land. They get a pass to get into our land in order to decimate and desecrate our land with the blood of innocent young people, including Asaredo Kobo, trying to make way into our land to kill and decimate the land because of his envy and jealousy of this movement that is formidable and uncompromisable. So becomes problematic to all of them. Now the enemy, they have placed out there whom the enemy that has explored every possible avenue to see if they are going to bring IPOB that is led by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu down, to try to truncate every effort put in place and every effort that is being put in place by the leadership of this movement in the structure of DOS. That is what they have tried all their best to see if they are going to bring it down. But as God may have it, people like us and every other hardworking media warriors are out there to guide and educate our people, because we know very well that what our people want is Tigbo Zogbo, but they are not. That's why we are here, actually. We don't blame our people for loving Tigbo Zogbo too much, because you know why? Nigeria as a state has been Tigboring and Zogboring our people. So anything that will give them that, feeling, anything that will make them believe that Nigeria is going to get woto. Nigeria is going to get woto. It makes them feel good. That is the reason why we are here to continue to guide them, because we know very well that some of these people, a lot of our people, they have problem in understanding. They don't have discerning, they don't have any, they don't discern. They don't have spirit. Some of them don't even have spirit, so they cannot understand what exactly is going on or what the enemy is actually deploying against them. They will believe that what is going on, it is going to work for them. Now, that is the reason why we are seeing this, flag. These people, Boys Brigade. I don't know if Simon Ekpa, I don't know why he loved Boys Brigade. He did not stand the chance to join Boys Brigade when he was growing up, and all of a sudden, this is to show you that during the time of Nelly, when he claimed that Nelly wanted to create a group called ADA, where they were still wearing the Boys Brigade, or he said he was creating M branch, where they were wearing a Boys Brigade regalia, and of course, I don't know why he loves so much Boys Brigade, and that's exactly what he presented to so many to the public few days ago or yesterday, to tell you that they told, or when he actually addressed that, the time he unveiled this, Boys Brigade, he said to you, he bragged to you that they say we only have 6 people in their so-called Biafran Army in exile, or Biafran Army in Bakassi Peninsula, or Biafran Army. Of course, it's Biafran Army in exile, because when they come and cause problem, they run exile. That's exactly what their army is doing as well. So, I want you to know that this guy is doing something that is very, very insultive to Biafra people. And because, of course, if you come out to tell me that this is what you've got in the likes of, or in the name of Biafra Army, it means that you are insulting the struggle. Because number one, the first people, the first one, those up to was it 10 people or 12 people that was put together with Fulani or Boko Haram seized weapon that was given to them by some military in Nigeria. You see those the guns and ammunitions that they were wielding. It is old. It is actually few of them. So that is the reason why they were able to put those things together, that they want to crack them together so that they will make you believe that these people are armed to their teeth. So that is the reason what actually captivated the minds of some people. That some people even started saying Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has never armed any army to security like this, because he brought them to show off and to use them to, give people hope that he has the army. Now, after the criticism, I know very well that he is going to go and disgrace himself further. But of course, he is disgracing himself and his cohort, those bunch of criminals that are working with him, in the likes of those you found in that auditorium in Finland. Those are the people that he works with. Those are the bunch of illiterates that he works with, that does not understand the difference between Boys Brigade and the Biafra and the army. They don't understand the difference between Boys Brigade and the army. That is the reason why it is very, very important for you to know and understand that this issue of Biafra Army They do not have the capacity in order to give, to have an army. The only thing they do is to find people who are hungry, those who are bragging that they armed the Biafran Army to the teeth, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has never armed anybody in this regard. I want you to look up and look forward and see this image that is right in front of you. You will know that these people are boys' brigade that is lined up without even having weapons. The ones that are having weapons are the where they place a spotlight. But he called them Biafra Army. And not only that he called them Biafra Army, he went ahead to tell you that he is going to burn down the zoo. And each time you hear that they will burn down the zoo, you will find out that it is going to be in Biafra land, where they will come and traumatize people, without, create a content in Biafra land without actually advising viewers' discretion. That's exactly what these people are doing. They create a scene, a tragic scene, without advising viewers' discretion. That is the reason why they traumatize people. We know that, people that are in Nigeria, they are already traumatized by the activities of Nigeria on a daily basis. You see horror taking place. People are being shot. Sometimes you come to a place, you find a dead body on the road that has been there. You see vulture eating some of these dead bodies. It is things that we see in Nigeria. So, in this 21st century, it is something that, people need to start, consciously regulating to make sure they do not create that horror. Because your children are going to watch it. Everybody is going to see it. At the end of the day, it has a very negative impact in the brain of these children who are actually being exposed to it. That's why I say they do not advise viewer discretion, but they just do what they want to do. Now, if you look at these people, they are carrying Israel's flag. Israel is fighting for their freedom as we are. Israel is fighting, their battle as we are actually talking. They are fighting their battle against, the Hamas. They are fighting against the Hamas, which is, of course, they're supposed to be fighting against the Hamas, but today we see they are fighting the Palestine, which is something that, is condemnable, because you will not leave the bomb that, fat and you knock the head. It is very, very improper. So, as they are actually fighting the Hamas, these people are here fooling themselves, lifting Israel's flag, who is fighting against Palestine, and Palestine is actually fighting for their freedom, just the way these people claim that they are also fighting for their freedom. Because the reason why Israel has to, the reason why Israel, as a nation decided that they will retaliate what the act of cowardice of Hamas against the Palestine people, it is because they never liked Palestine. They were always at war because Palestine want their own sovereignty, integrity. That is exactly the reason why they never liked themselves. So they use the opportunity to actually, wreak havoc in Gaza, which is condemnable, because at the end of the day, Hamas is already called a terrorist and supposed to be treated like terrorists, not treating people, including the hospital that is, that was blasted. Children are getting hurt. People are lifting flag for Israel. And when this type of thing happens to you, you will start crying. But when it happens to other people, you will start rejoicing, because it is your, so-called allies that is doing it. That is something that these people don't understand. What is freedom? Any freedom fighter should actually not be prejudiced against another freedom fighter, because what it is, the way you want your freedom is a need for everybody. But you want your freedom, but you are actually, supporting the oppression of others who is looking for their own freedom. It is improper. Even ethically, it is improper. Morally, it is improper. at the end of the day, what are you fighting for? So you deserve freedom, others doesn't deserve freedom. That is stupidity. I can categorically tell you that it is stupidity. If Israel is fighting Hamas only and killing Hamas, which is already seen as international terrorist, I don't think we are going to, talk about the humanity aspect of it. It is going to be called a fair revenge. But in a situation whereby, innocent people are getting, the attack as well, children, refugee camps are being attacked, everywhere is being bombed, it is improper thing to see. And I believe that they find a peaceful resolution and they find the root cause of that war. That is where we stand. Peace, live and let live. It is very, very important for us to also understand that Christianity, before we come back to this, Christianity made many people to support Israel blindly without actually understanding that the people you are supporting, they are actually, committing something that when it is done against you, you cry. So before you do, you actually, see, if you see somebody suffering, put yourself in their shoes. Don't just jump up and start supporting what you do not know, just because you believe they will do something for you. Let me be honest to you. Israel is being funded by the US. Israel is being funded by the US. $100 billion worth of military supply or military aid given to Israel on an annual basis by the US. They are supported by Britain. In fact, they gathered and allocated that land to them in 1948. Have you ever wondered why was there a creation of State of Israel in the 1948, which we are always reading the Bible without understanding it, and then it becomes a very important topic. There is a Bible's page that I saw where it is in the book of Amos, where people were posted it and say Bible told them that Gaza will be destroyed and every other thing because Gaza was giving Israel, selling Israel to the Edomites. Now, there is something about that Bible page that people does not understand the meaning of it. Who are the Gaza? The Philistine. Who are the Edomites? The Europeans. Who were the Jews that the Bible was talking about that time? It was our people. It was people of our origin. So they sold us to the Edomites as slaves. So that is the reason why during the time of slaves, black people were the people who were sold as slaves in the slave ship. Sometimes they even brought the slave ship. Who provided the slave ship called Jesus? It was still the same, the ancestors of these people you see in the land of Israel today. They provided the slave ship called Jesus. That is the reason why so many people hate the name of Jesus. People does not understand the historical hatred, or the reason why people hate the name Jesus, because it was written on a slave ship that was provided by these people we call Israelites today. So because they are also buyers of slaves. So we know very well that there has never been a white man who went for slavery. There has never been a white man who went on a slave ship. It has never happened. So I don't know why people read Bible and turn it upside down. Just because you see what the Bible said in the book of Amos, you believe it is talking about these people. And of course, we know the Philistines. Philistines are not our friends. So you see, Palestinians, they are not our friends. Bear that in mind. Likewise, the people that they are fighting with, they are not our friends, because they are the same people who place us where we are. Believe you me, it is governmental interest. It is the same people who place us where we are. They are not our friends. So because the people that are holding us down, they have upper hand, on these people, that we are hoping that they will do magic one day and help us to thrive. But believe you me, None of them are our friends. They are the same people. Palestinian people sold our people to the Edomites, and these same people in Israel are the Edomites. If you doubt it, I want you to go and read a book called, because I am going to read that Bible quotation of Amos, so that you will understand the reason why I said to you that people does not understand what Bible says. They only take the the Bible verse and start sharing them. It is important. The reason why people are rejecting Bible, it is because people who read Bible does not know how to explain it. They quote Bible and place it off context. That is the reason why people cannot actually comprehend what is written there. In the book of Amos 1, let me show you what the book of Amos 1 said. Let me bring that Bible quotation. Someone sent it to me. Someone sent it to me this morning and asked me to, explain it to our people. I think I have that image. It's on the WhatsApp. Let me just save it. And I want to bring it to our screen so that we will see exactly, because we are coming back to the reason why we're talking about this. It is because of those who claim they are Biafra government in exile. I want to educate them on the people they are, pulling up their flag. The people they are pulling up their flag. To be honest, if there were people who supported us during Biafra war, I believe you me, it was France. But they did it for their own selfish, political reason. Of course, we were supposed to be colonized by them. Had it been we got Biafra in 1967-70, we were going to be under France, because that is the reason why I always say it. You always saw our Bible, our language, second language, being turned into French in those early days. But on the other hand, so if we have to actually, give credence to people, we should be giving credence to France. You cannot be giving credence to Israel. You are not giving credence to France. And of course, you are not giving credence to France because you know the stance of France. You know what France does in Africa, wherever they go. You know what they do there. That is the reason why, of course, you cannot give credence to them. But let us try to be realistic. If we be realistic, tell ourselves the truth. You stop using your emotion. Your emotion is not going to take us anywhere. Rather, the only thing that is going to take us somewhere, it is the truth that we tell ourselves. That is the only thing that is going to set us, free. Because we must know the truth, and the truth will set us free. And that is why we are always here to speak the truth to you. So, if we talk about the book of Amos, where they said, and I am going to read before we come back to this autopilot and their boys brigade. The boys brigade which they brought to us, and they claiming, just one moment, let me see if I have. They brought to us boys brigade, claiming it is your Biafra army. When we see this type of things, we laugh. I know people who does not have brain will believe that that is what it is, but we know exactly what's going on. Now let me show you. You see this? I don't know if you have come across this. The book of Amos. I want you to open with the book of Amos. Let me educate our people a little bit before we run to what we are doing, because as an it is very, very important. The book of Amos says, Amos 1 verse 6 to 11. I want you to pay attention to the book of Amos 1 6 to 11. Thus says the Lord, for the transgressions of Gaza, and for I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they carried away captive the whole captivity, to deliver them up to Edom. Now, people post this Bible verse without asking themselves, who are these Gaza? Who were the people they were selling slaves to? It is something that our people, it is now time that when you read Bible, you need to actually have a Bible dictionary. Not only you must have a Bible dictionary, you cannot be reading Bible in this 21st century without trying to have a Bible dictionary in order to understand, all these things that you are reading thereof, because we get so much confused. I want you to read this book. It is in Amazon. If you can read this book, can you see this book? It is in Amazon. Can you see it? Of course you can. The name of it is Esau Edom Rome. Esau Edom Rome. If you read this book, you will be able to understand exactly who are the Edomites and how you will be able to know when you see them. The reason why I am actually bringing this to you, I am actually unveiling some of my strategy, how I trace the history and how I bring it to a dictionary, and how I actually translate the old name given to some particular nations and what they are being called today. Now, it is like if you read the book of Isaiah, they talk about the ancient Medes, the Medes. The Medes, it is today's Iran. Today's Iran is the Medes. So, I want you to know that when we talk about the Edom, it is as a result of the relationship Philistine had with the Edomites. That is the reason why they were able to coexist from the beginning with the Philistines, which is called the Palestine today, and these Ashkenazis, which are called the Israelites today, or the Jews. Those people were, they were Germans, Spanish, and some of them are even Britons. So those are the people you find in the land today. That land was created for after Adolf Hitler, oppression against them. That is exactly one thing we need to understand, so that when we start carrying flag and start pushing, we are standing for these people and reading Bible verses that says that these people are meant to fall. You should know what Bible is telling you, who is meant to fall. Now let me, read another place where, you will understand better. Now it says, thus says the Lord, for the transgression of Gaza. Yeah, this one is the one I just read. Now let us find who are Edom. You find Edom. Edomites are Britain. Edomites are those who were under Roman Empire. They were called the red people, the Esau's. Edom means, the Edoms means red. The meaning of Edom means red. Those are the people who are called the Edom, Edomia, Edomites. So it is called Esau. Now you have Jacob, which is called Israel. Israel, they were not red. Jacob, Israel, they were not red. So when we talk about these things, now I am going to read something again for you before we come back to it. But I will send a fire on the walls of Gaza. Verse 7. Let me finish this one. Verse 7. I will send a fire on the walls of Gaza, which shall devour the palace thereof. And I will cut off the inhabitant from Ashdod. Ashdod. Where is Ashdod? Where is Gaza? Gaza is in Israel. Let me try to explain it this way. But I will send a fire on the walls of Gaza, which shall devour the places thereof. Where is Gaza? Gaza is in Israel, right? West Bank is in Israel. Now listen attentively. Let us understand something. It says again, Verse 8. I will cut off the inhabitants from the Ashdod, and him that holdeth the scepter from the Ashkelon, and I will turn my hand against Ekron. The remnant of the Philistines shall perish, says the Lord. Now, if you see now the remnant of Philistines, which is these people that are actually being bombed, that are called the Palestinians. They are remnants of Philistines. Those are called the remnants of Philistines. Now, where are these people? In Israel. Now, we go back to this. Thus says the Lord, for three transgressions of Tyrus. Where is Tyrus? In Israel. And for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom. And you are paying attention. They delivered the whole captivity to Edom, who went into captivity. Let us be honest to ourselves. We use Bible to justify our stance during this war of Israel and Palestine. Let us be honest to our people. Who went to captivity in this world? Who have gone into captivity in this world? Don't be emotional of what Bible wrote to us. Let us be sincere and be honest to ourselves. Who have gone to captivity in this world through a slave ship? Who? It is only black people. So who were the people that Palestinians delivered, or Philistines delivered to the hands of the Edom, which is the hands of the Europeans? It was our people, right? So they delivered our people. They had a good trade, a good business when, with Edomites, after this slave trade and slaves, all this slave stuff, they decided to, part of the Edomites. Remember that what made our people to move away from that Middle East. Don't forget that the land you see that is called the land of Israel today, it was occupied by black people. Before the crusade of Maghreb, it was occupied by black people. Before the crusade on Maghreb, I want you to understand that these black people that were occupying that land, they were given a particular law to keep, because the land was not that fertile. The land was not that fertile. That is the reason why they were occupying the land. And God was giving them rain. God was giving them manna from heaven. So whatever they do in that land was actually working, because God gave them that land, because God have loved them. God had loved them. And when they decided to go contrary to what God wants, God actually made that land to be infertile. Plus the wars. The wars in that land was too much. The migration started. The migration started because of the war. After the war, you find drought, hunger, and starvation everywhere. They started migrating. Some of them migrated towards the West Africa, sub-Saharan. Some of them migrated towards the East Africa. Some of them even migrated to the North America you see today. Some of them migrated to Australia you see today. Some of them migrated to Brazil, that part of Brazil, Caribbeans, plus the ones that was dumped there, the ones that was bought as slaves. They were, during every war, once you capture people, you take them for slaves. That is the reason why the Philistines, who were actually the real people who take people for slaves and hand them over to the Europeans. So that was how that area was. That was how black people lose that land, called the land of Israel today. Because they left, there was drought in the land after so many wars, several wars. That's why if you read the book of Psalm 83, if you go to read the book of Psalm 83, they gathered in one consent to destroy the name of Israel, to make sure it does not exist anymore. But now they attribute that history to the Ashkenazis, who were fighting with Adolf Hitler and those in the power. And in those days, they attributed it to them without knowing that the real people who owns this history were black people who were actually who left the land because of several wars and inability, unable for them to actually cater for what they will eat, because now the land has already been. I think I am having. I think we are under attack. We are under attack. But let us continue. We are under attack. But I hope they don't push us out. So that land, it is actually the land which belonged to our ancestors. We are the only people that our ancestors, our names and our ancestral name is in the same Bible. And you never ask yourself why is it that each time we talk about you believe you are Christians and you believe in Christ, which make up of Christianity according to the history given to us. Now, that Christ are made up of Christianity according to the history given to us. The same people who dwell in Israel does not believe in him. They don't believe in him. Do you know the reason why they don't believe in him? Because they know him. They know him. Historically, they understand whom he was. They know he was a black man. So these people were actually, they didn't believe in him. So that is the reason why I know what I am saying is going to go from this year to another year, but it is a privilege for you that I am telling you this history. Like there is a book I have showed you to go and read, then you will understand who is the Edomites. I showed you that book, you will understand who are the Edomites. They are the ones ruling this world today. And they are still the ones who are in the land of Israel today. The Edom. Now you will find where even Bible say to us, because the Edomites are our cousins. Edomites are our cousins. If you read the book of Deuteronomy, it talks about them, we shouldn't actually, he told us which generation we will actually invite into the temple, because they are our cousin. They are our cousin. So, now the reason why I am going towards these areas is for people who will come and say, no, we are pulling Israel flag, while, Israel is committing war crime against people because of the stupidity of Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist. They should be faced and be sent into extinction, because terrorism cannot be condoned. But in a situation whereby now we are not seeing these terrorist people paying for what they did, we are seeing innocent people, children, and humanitarian aid was blocked at some point. I don't know if it is released right now, but at the end of the day, these are the people. We are not that cruel to see where we must stand for humanity, and we decide to use our emotion and stand for the archaeological history that was sold to us, and they made us to believe in it. It was sold to us. It was forced down our throat. It is not our history. So let me now continue. Let me continue. I am having a call. I don't know why this person is calling, but before, I believe the reason why I am going to take this call is on this topic, because maybe someone want to know what, know better than me, because we live and we learn. But what I am telling you, it is tested and confirmed. And I have a call from somebody. Let me find out. Hello?
Hello, George Money.
Yes.
George Money. I'm hearing the message you are sending to our people, but I don't know if our people get the message of the reason why people are fighting in the land of Israel.
Okay, who is speaking?
Izuchukwu Israel is talking.
Oh, Izuchukwu Israel. Oh, Izuchukwu Israel. Please, I believe you might have something to say. You might have something to say in this regard. Please, if you have something to say, let us just bring it together so that I will move into another topic, because I believe you know something that maybe you want to say to our people. Please go on.
The reason, first of all, our people, I see so many of our people carrying flag everywhere, talking about the people at Israel, and some pastors, Adeboye, and some of them say, pray for Israel. That God did all these things.
Yes, I also saw Pastor Adeboye. I actually got that video. I have that video where Pastor Adeboye saying people should pray for Israel. So, that I'm coming back to that one. Please go on.
I say our people don't even know, especially our people in the religion called Christianity doctrine. They don't even know who they are in the Bible. That is number one.
Yes.
And the people, according to the Bible, the people that are living in Israel today, they are not biblical Israel.
Yes.
And even Christ, our people say that they are following. Quote, in Revelation chapter 2 verses 9, he said, I know thy work and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. Who is in poverty in these days, in these last days?
It is black people, us.
Tribulation. Our people are suffering every day and night. They don't have assurance of their life.
Yes.
No security, nothing. We are living in hell till today. And the Christ, our people that say they are following, is telling them that the same Revelation 2:9, I know the blasphemy of them who say they are Jew and are not. But
Correct.
the synagogue of Satan.
Correct. I have read that part. I actually make reference of that place every day.
Okay, look, there is two chapters in the New Testament that is very important. Christ quote Matthew chapter 10 verse 23. He said that the real Israelites will never come to the land of Israel until the Son of Man return.
Yes.
And he said he will gather the Israelites that scatter four corners of the earth beyond the rivers of Ethiopia.
Zephaniah, yes.
They are not Israelites. And the same thing Christ quotes again, because I'm always use Christ quotation in the New Testament. Luke chapter 21, 20 to 24. He said, when you see Jerusalem compass the army, know that the time of desolation is near. He said that everything that is written may be fulfilled. That 24 said that the Israelites will go to slave into all nations. He's mentioned all nations. He did not.
That's correct. Our people, they brag about it every day, but they don't know why they are all over the place. They tell you anywhere you go, if you don't find Igbo man there, you should know that that place no there media. So what you are saying is in line. Please continue.
He said that Revelation 21:24, that the real Israelites will go to slave into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down to the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. That other nation that is not Israelites, they will be living in that land of Israel until their rulership on this world will fulfill.
Which is where he talks about that that is how we discontinued from our heritage, right?
Jeremiah 17:4, yes.
Jeremiah 17. So we discontinued from our heritage. Please continue. I actually.
Now we are serving our enemies because we don't keep God's law that's going to bring unity among us.
Correct.
You know, there is something our people always say, okay, so
Correct. Good analogy.
anything we do, we cannot follow any other nation to practice anything they are practicing. If we do that, we're going to suffer 7 times 7 more than any other nation, because we have law, we have culture, we have custom. But these people, they don't have. Their job is to make us to be in what? In this captivity, because their job is to make us to break God's law all the time, so that they will have upper hand to do us. So whatever we need, we go to them. We need freedom, we beg them. We need religion, we beg them. We need internet, we beg them. Everything that we need, we are serving them. Because our people don't know. Nnamdi Kanu even use this topic to do things. But our people that listen to Nnamdi Kanu, they are not paying attention what that man is teaching to our people.
Correct. They don't.
But end of the day, our people say, hey, we follow Nnamdi Kanu, we follow Bible. But they don't do what he said, asked them to do. And we are looking for freedom. Are we not looking for freedom? The people that are living in Israel, are they looking for freedom?
No.
So how can they looking for a savior to save them? Save them from what? Why they are the one that join hands together with Palestinians, and in Psalm 83, the same thing happened in Berlin Conference.
Yes.
They push us with other nations, United Nations. They against us. They say that they can never call us.
Yes, gathering in one consent, which is the United Nations. Yes, they gathered in one consent to make sure that the name of Israel is no more in remembrance.
Yes. Now they are giving us the name nigger.
Correct. By word.
The children of God.
Yes.
And the same name they give to Peter, they call Peter, and by word, Acts chapter 13, verse 1, they call him nigger, black.
Correct.
They can already use this thing to do topic, but our people, they don't listen. They are not reasoning. Since we are crying that our land is tormented, who is crying for us? Who is praying for us? Who is talking about us? That's why the Bible says nobody knows us in the street. But when something happen to our oppressor, our people are the one is going to procrastinate, praying for them.
Yes.
Praying for them for what? While they are living in their heaven, their kingdom. We are running, everybody is running out of Nigeria, out of Biafran land. Why are we running? Where are we going?
But we are praying for people who have arms and ammunitions to defend themselves when nobody is listening to us that are dying on a daily basis. It is stupidity.
That's why Bible said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Exactly.
Chapter 4.
Exactly.
Because our people don't know our history. They don't know who we are.
They don't at all.
Our identity was stolen from us. Everybody is fighting to be us, to answer the children of God, to answer the prince that rule before God.
Correct.
But people, that's why now today we have so many nominations, different. Any place you mention, you are Igbos, you are Biafra, you are Nigeria. That name is a cause. It becomes problem.
Yes.
There is no unity because everybody is doing their own way, my own way. But my problem, the point that I want to make, that make our people who reside and find their identity in this life.
Correct.
If we cannot find it, we cannot go anywhere.
Correct.
Do you want me to say more something or?
If you have something to tell our people, the history is very important. History is what is part of the reason why we are backward. I think I have enough time. If you can give it, take another, 3 minutes to, give our people, feed our people more things that you have, because I want you to come from different. I'm surprised that you joined this program. I'm surprised that you were listening, and I'm surprised that you have, exactly what I also planned today in mind. So please come in, continue.
Because there is a problem that's going on in Igbo land and the Biafra land. The things that happen to us. Many people are asking, who do this thing to us? Why all these things is happening to us? Why? Everybody asks the question. Everywhere we go, our people, they are killing us. People hate us. Why people hate us? I want to show people something. If anybody has his pen and his book writing, write this thing, that is very, very important for our people to know. Amos, the book of Amos, because I want to bring our history and who we are in this world, because I word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I know of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquity. How did he use it to punish us? He used other nations to punish us anytime we are doing evil in our land. Like now,
correct.
And all people, they are bringing blood in the land. How can we progress while we are killing our own people? They can always tell them, if you continue killing your own people,
Biafra will not come. Correct. I have it here.
You cannot get your freedom like other nations. You are different. There's something you to be unique. Something make you special among other people. So you cannot get your freedom by killing your own people.
Correct.
But our people want to.
Yes,
I
understand what you're saying and the fact that everybody is angry. And we must make this very clear. Nobody is agitating. We are peaceful, loving people. We don't like violence. We are Igbo people. We are Biafrans. We are peace-loving people. And as I said before, so that people can understand, I am against any form of bloodshed on our land. It is against our land.
We are also.
Exactly.
We are also.
So it's inshallah. What we want this man to do, what we want him to do, is to go away from our land. Leave the Biafran struggle alone for Biafrans to go and get Biafra. That's all we are saying. We don't want anybody to be killed. The reason why we are talking about this is because people were killed. We don't want anybody killed on our land anymore. We are tired of the bloodshed. We have lost 3.5 million people and counting. We don't want anybody anymore to be killed. We don't want it. We don't need death on our hands. I have said it before and I will repeat what I said. If we engage in killing, Biafra will not come. That is one cardinal thing you don't do in Biafra. Go and ask anybody. Anytime you shed an Igbo blood, you kill a fellow Biafran, anything you're looking for will not come. Go and ask all of them. Starting from the death of Mbono Ojike. People don't know how Mbono Ojike died. The man responsible for the death of Mbono Ojike, where is he? Everything he asked for, he got nothing from Nigeria. Go and ask him. He died a broken man. We don't shed blood. We don't want anybody to kill anybody. But we are asking that those responsible for the death of these young men who are unemployed should desist from that. We don't want anybody to die in our land. Once we do it, God will withdraw his glory from us and we are finished. We cannot be like them. We cannot be like them. What happened to Saul will happen to them. They will
Of course, I you know that video is always close to me. Each time I'm making a broadcast, is one of the video I keep next to me, and especially when I'm addressing these people who are, this rebellion, the rebellion of autopilot. Please, I don't know if you are one of them, but please continue. Let us finish this one before we go that side.
Same thing he said, repeat here. He said, Hear you the word, the Lord, you children of Israel. For the Lord have controversy with the inhabitant of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of God in the land. By swearing, by lying, by killing, by stealing, and committing adultery and break out, and blood touches blood.
Correct.
Therefore, shall the land mourn. Our land is mourning every day.
Blood touches blood.
Everyone shall language. Are we not language every day?
Correct.
So these are the things, because now we grow up in like a nation called Nigeria today, where the law is not working. If the law is not working, what are we doing? Because sometimes some of our people in the religion, in Christianity teaching, the pastors and the reverend father, they don't teach people law.
Because it contradicts their own activities. That's why they cannot teach law. It contradicts what they are doing.
Yes, even the Christ they are telling they are following, saying in Matthew 5:17. Now they cannot always use this. Think not that I come to destroy the law. But our pastors, they will tell us that Christ have died. No?
Yeah, we are living in grace. We are living in grace. We are living in grace every day.
I say, okay, if we are not under the law, can I go and kill? Can I go and rape?
Correct. Good analogy.
People? If there is no law, how can we live? Everybody can do whatever he wants. He said, don't judge, you don't judge. So if you give somebody get a child and the child is doing evil, you can tell your child, don't judge. You tell your child, stop what you are doing. He said, don't judge. That's what they are teaching people.
Yes. If you correct someone, they will tell you are judging them. Just like I have said about, there is something about, I know you do know this young man called Matthias Ezaku, what he's been doing, he's a philanthropist, which is doing well in that angle. And then he started Omenana. From Omenana, he started their own church. Many people might call it whatever they may call it, but I know it is a church. It is a church, and it is still under the Christianity doctrine, because it is a church that is done on a Sunday. Some people, when I engage this topic, some people will come and tell me, no, leave Matthias alone, because he is teaching our people ordinana. Then I ask them a question. He's teaching people ordinana after castigating the Christian pastors, which we are all aware that they are doing the wrong thing. We know that the Christianity pastors, they are all doing wrong things. They teach Bible upside down the way it will favor them. Now Matthias says after castigating them, he went and followed them and start up a ministry that is also sitting on Sunday. Sunday, the day that the Edomites made for their own God. Matthias is seen on a kuzulundu mado menana. Yeah, he went back and started calling our people. Then you ask them why on Sunday. They will tell you that Sunday is the only time people are not looking for food. People are having time to do something. So if we want to go back to our truth, isn't it important for us to actually dedicate the time that God told us to do? Dedicate that day that our ordinana knows that this is the day we call Chukwu Okike Abiama. Through we call Chukwu Abiama and Chukwu Okike Abiama. This is the day it is actually made for our people. And the secondly, I want to ask you, do you know anything about Omenana and Ordinana? Can you differentiate these two things? Do you know anything about it, please?
Thank you for your question. Yes, there is two different things concerning Omenana and Ordinana. Ordinana is the constitution, the law, and those law you can see it in the Bible. Because sometimes when people they say, hey, white man come, they copy our custom, they copy our Ordinana, put it in the Bible. I say, if white man write it and put it in the Bible, then they are helping us so that we are not going to be confused. But it's not the white man that wrote it, it's our forefather.
Correct.
Because we are book. So our ordinary, the custom how we're supposed to do. That's why Nnamdi Kanu always quote, say, I never play with Old Testament. That's where you can find it. That's what he always mention all the time. But Omenani bụ alụ gba afọ ọbụla omenani. Alụ gba afọ ọbụla omenani. Like for example, this thing Matthias is doing today on Sunday, which is telling people that our people that in Christianity going Sunday worship, which you cannot see anywhere in the Bible, in the book of law. Because every Sunday, people say kapaje ogbako, kapaje nsuko, kapaje worship Chukwu Okike Abiama. The same thing kita kamaye Matthias in the ogbakita. So ogbako afọ, oburukwa gini omenani.
Correct.
Mano ya no omenani dị iche na ọdịnani. Ono ka etu akita. Ime ego nwanyị bụ ọdịnani, ọdịna Bible.
Correct.
Ikuchi nwanyị dị na Bible ordinary.
Ikuchi nwanyị, ya.
Nwanyị nọ na nsọ ordinary ka ịgba boy dịkwa na Bible.
Correct, I've seen. Yes.
Emume iri ji anyị na-eme bụ Feast of Harvest. Ndị ụka tọnụ tata kpọọ ya Feast of kpọzie ya Tithe bụ emume iri Feast of Harvest. Ordinary once in a year. Emume a na-eme party a na-eme once in a year. Ordinary.
Correct.
Meaning of month bụ ọnwa na-eti kịta ifuru ọnwa were na-aga ụbọchị ife ọ bụ gịnị ọdịnala. So ife alụsị ndị be anyị na-efe tata maka nke Mathias na ime bịa ife ndị nna nna anyị fadere na ife ndị Nnamdi Kanu na-ekwu ya na alụsị bụ gịnị na ya anyị nwa adịghị efe alụsị bikos alụsị bụ omenala ọ gbaga afọ ọ bụrụ omenala bikos nọ mmadụ ka eji wee
Yes.
ya ka egwu nwa alụsị nwaanyị adọ mmadụ ụmụ mmadụ ka egburu ụmụnne anyị
wee iwe alụsị. Yes.
So na alụsị abụrụ ọdịnala ọ nọkwa etu ndị a na-eme oke ite kịta ọ gbabaga afọ kịta okwu omenala.
Yeah, everybody chọrọ ime oke ite. Yes.
Kịta onye ọbụla bụ eze nwaanyị bụrụ eze mmiri onye ọbụla si na akpọrọ ya okwu onye ọbụla onye teta ụlọ si na akpọ gị okwu tee nzu n'anya tee nke a n'anya bụrụ ose ọjị bụrụ nke a bụrụ ngwongwo na nkwo butuo ọsị n'omenala na anyị na-anachi ya na ife nna nna famili mana fama ajụjụ onwe fa kedu ndị afọ bụ ndị nna nna anyị fa kedu ife famili wee fọlụọ na o nwere ife merụ na be anyị merụ ndị nna nna anyị ba afọ ji wee fọlụọ mmeri fa ji wee taa ya righteous ife niile famili na o nwere ife merụ because ife adịghị eme na nkịtị ịghọta.
Yes.
So fada asị ka nna nna anyị fa alụsị fa ji mmadụ wee yibe ma ndị akpọrọ osu ma ndị akpọrọ ome ma ndị eji mmadụ wee kekọnye na alụsị wee na-emerụ anị bụ nsọ anị akpọrọ ọdịnala ka fapọtụ pacha niile akpọkọtazie ya ọbụla alụgba afọ ọbụla omenala ya ka a na-akpọ omenala bikos na omenala ọ bụrụ na ọbụla ife jikọrọ anyị ncha niile ọnụ ọbụla ife ọ bụ omenala ọbụla ọdịnala bikos na ọdịnala ya ejikọ anyị ncha niile ọnụ anyị enwe one law one constitution na-aga ihe anyị.
Correct.
Kịta ndị a sị na fa na-efe alụsị kwestion na-agụfa kedu nke bụ alụsị alụsị bụ ọdịnala na ọdịnala kedu nke bụ alụsị nke anyị bikos na obodo ọbụla ịpụta ndị nke nwe alụsị nke a nwe alụsị nke a nwe ugemo nke a nwe nke a even sef yaba agụrụ nwaanyị onye Fulani ka eji wee ibe yaba agụrụ mana nke a ya abụgoro bụ anụ na topic nọ ife dị iche na omenala na ọdịnala. Omenala bụ alụgba afọ ọ bụla omenala o nwere ife ndị akpata ọnụrụ ikpeazụ kịta sizia na o nwere grupu ekreti ya si na alụ kwụsị na alụta bụ alụ kwụsị onweghị mgbe alụ profit wee bụrụ alụsị alụsị dị iche alụsịrị ya alụsị wee lụba mana alụ kwụsị bụ na esi mmadụ ya kwụsị ime alụ na alụ adịghị mma ya bụ alụ.
Are you sure na ọbụla alụsị anụnwa butelu ma igbu ejima ma igbu twins? Are you sure na ọbụla alụsị a webatacha ihe niile?
Ife webatara alụsị faya asị na alụsị eji eje ọgụ mana mmanụ bụ ọmụ obodo paji ya wee jeje ọgụ obodo paji ya wee je ya natọ wee je meri ya n'ahịa
enwebekwa
bikos na anyị nwa bụ chi na onwe anyị ka ị ka mmadụ ya asịzi bụrụzi ya na ọ bụ chi jee were aka ya mebezi ya na onwe ya chi sizi ya nọ nke a ka ọ bụ ife a dị against nature. So na alụ omenala na ọdịnala bụ not two different things. Iji ịfụ ọdịnala ị ga-ejefe ya n'ime Bible, the laws and the commandments ife anyị kwesịrị iji na-ebi as ụmụnne. Ọ dị ka etu ikuchi nwaanyị kịta ya nwa bụ na ọdịnala ọ bụ na nwoke na famili na nwaanyị bata na ọmụtọ na nwoke amụtọ nwa nwoke ikuchi ya nọ na the family ọ ọdịnala ya ka ife dị na ya ka ndị ajọsifa nwaanyị unu ji agbazi Baịbụl mgba like Mathias na Jizọs bụ onye ọcha nsị a kedu ebe ọ nọ bụrụ onye ọcha ya gosi m ya na Baịbụl na Baịbụl ibu n'aka akụ na anyị enwe first Christ na anyị enwe and they bear their fruit, you shall know them.
Correct.
And the pastor, the father, no more if a fan, he would not Bible have you the book of law. Jacob, if I find it, or to a Roman Catholic in a monster, Mukerapia, Padambaka, Paget, Thousand Room, Podona, by the Japan of Bible, yes, if I know chapter 22, when I do the Bellosom, you put the house in Europe.
Correct.
Because the Bible Jesus Christ
correct.
So was here than you want no not. In a correct mother because on a man whooped our equal Kutana got here will not go to in a Kowano money if it's a money yachi area, they got in there if only got in there on your phone because only if your mother will on a metal. You will go see a no if
I want to jadron Chagalia Mand. Onye lelu nkịta golo enwe. Correct. Yes, yes, yes. Good Samaritan. Kahabo Good Samaritan.
Yes. So no ndị na-akụzi dị nkụzi adị akụzi ife ọfụma etu our people ga-esi ghọta ya. So no God abụghị of confusion ihe nye anyị like etu akịta Roman Catholic, Anglican, Pentecostal, Jehovah Witness. Ife niile a bụ ndị ọcha Igbo. Okwu Baịbụl a kwuru na Matthew 24:4 and 5 na men will come in my name say they are Christ and they will teach false Christ. Kedu ndị bịazi bịa teach ya anyị because ndị mmadụ na-asị nọ ndị ọcha no white people na them bring Bible for us. I asked them which white man. There is no white man that brought Bible for us. It's never written. Bible is always with us and I can prove it because nọ ndị ọcha na-agbagbu Bible ọkụ onye fachi Bible na-ekwu over na ifefa ji achọ wolu Bible a na-achọ our people because they know who they are looking for. When ndị ọcha bịa fa achọba ha ndị Fulani, they are not looking for Fulani. They are not looking for Hausa. They are looking for particular people where God said they will scatter four corners of the earth. They use them to build their nation. They teach contrary to the Bible, what the Bible said. That's why now, when we are teaching in the streets, because we always in the street, white man, they say they want to ban Bible. If Bible is their own, why they want to ban Bible?
Correct. That one is true.
Now they are trying to stop us to not teaching. They say it's hate speech because the Bible is against them. Because our people, if you ask our people, do you know who is white man or red man or Ido or Esau in the Bible? They don't know. How can you read something that you don't know, that you don't have the introduction of the book? First, you have to know who are you in this book you are reading. Every nation in this world, they are inside. Who are you?
Yes. Good one.
So if you know who you are, how can you understand what you are saying? Like I always quote what Matthias is always saying. He said that he used to go to Catholic, serve Father Mbaka, do everything. I asked Matthias, when you are following Mbaka, do you know what the Bible is talking about? What the Catholic you are going? How can you know? You don't know because you don't read. Our people don't read. They are lazy to read.
Yeah, they are lazy.
Put Chelsea, Arsenal, that is another religion.
Yeah.
That is another religion. Arsenal, Chelsea, our people will be here fighting each other, killing each other in the name of sport. The same thing they are killing each other in the name of Catholic, Anglican, Pentecostal. I will not marry this one. He's going to Anglican. He's going to Catholic. Where is it in
Yes.
Nowhere. That's why I asked them, let them tell me what they are doing in that book. Because the whole world now is fighting only one book. Islam, religion, they are fighting the same book.
All right.
The fake Jews that are living in Israel today, they are fighting the book. Our people, they are fighting the book. Everywhere you go, they are fighting only one book. There is reason why the whole world is fighting that one book. Because there is something there people don't understand.
Correct. Oh, Israel. I think round up. Let me come up here also. You have done justice to what I am actually talking about, and thank you very much. Round up and give your advice to our people, so that let me round up.
First of all, I want to say thank you for having me. Only thing that I will advise our people, whatever you hear, whether it's from my mouth or from anybody, do research of you. If you have internet now, you have social media, you have Google, you can use your Google and do your own research and try to read about history to find who you are. Once you find who you are, then you understand where you are going. But if you don't know who you are, another one, if you don't know the history of your enemies, learn your history and learn your history of your enemy, because the Bible warns us never trust your enemies.
Correct.
That is advice.
Thank you very much, Ndewo. There is a reason why. There is a video I will play, then I will leave this part, because you actually said what I actually wanted to say.
There's a mitzvah and a command to wipe out.
The reason why I am playing this video is actually, it is actually coming from, someone from Israel. But I want to read it. It is this thing we are reading. This thing I am actually showing you. Let me show you where it comes from.
And a command to wipe out from among all the descendants of Esau, descendants of Amalek, male and female, young and old. And that is why Amalek is so terrible, and it has to be totally uprooted.
Now, let me play this voice for you, then we'll proceed.
Descendants of Amalek, male and female, young and old. And that is why Amalek is so terrible, and it has to be totally uprooted. Therefore, God tells us we should erase their memory, and we should eradicate them from the face of the earth.
Okay.
Who is Amalek? Amalek comes from Esau. Esau was a brother to Jacob.
Okay.
Who in modern day terms is really basically, one of them is America. Asa became Edom, which is a nation. Edom became Rome. Instead of it being Rome, it became Christianity. Christianity, of course, ultimately became Western civilization. So Asa of today is really Western civilization.
But the new Rome, United States, the new Rome.
Asa is Europe, the United States.
The throne of God is incomplete until we destroy Amalek.
Any nation that has that religion can be considered Esau.
The audacity, the chutzpah, to destroy Amalek and to cut off the offsprings of the nation of Amalek.
Okay. Now, I think there's another one. Listen to this.
For Gaza shall be forsaken. Where's Gaza? The land of Israel today. It shall be forsaken by the Lord. And Ashkelon, a desolation. Where's Ashkelon? In the land of Israel, it shall be a desolation. That means destroyed. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday.
Okay.
Where's Ashdod?
Amos.
The land of Israel. It shall be driven out at noonday. Noonday is when the destruction will hit and destroy Israel. Then it says, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Ekron is modern day Talmikni. Where's that at? The land of Israel. The Bible is teaching us the land of Israel will be wiped out and destroyed. Why? Because those are not the people down there.
These things, when we see it, people think it is being mean. But this is the Bible that people are running away from reading. What this person just analyzed to you is the book of Amos. That same book of Amos, where people are using to justify their action by raising this flag up, this blue and white flag, saying that they are supporting whatever that is going on there, because they believe that automatically, all of a sudden, these people who place them in captivity will come back to rescue them from captivity. These are the things that our people don't understand, because our people are too emotional. Our people are too emotional. If we remove emotions, we will be able to do something great. And it is a bone of emotion that somebody will set up a boys' brigade to come and tell you they are your Biafran Army. They set up a boys' brigade to tell you that they are Biafran Army. That people are mocking them, that their Biafran Army was 6 in number. But let us actually differentiate what we are seeing here. Try to now tell yourself, let me play this video to you, for you to ask yourself, these people carrying Israeli flag, claiming that they are Biafran Army, in the name that Israel is supporting them in what they are doing, you ask yourself, these people who does not even know the relationship we've shared with the people of Israel. Because, of course, there is something I've told you before, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu running to Israel, if he had run to any other country, they would treat him the same way. That is the reason why you shouldn't judge it in that way. And I told you about, and I believe that Mazi Chinua Sanwo-Olu said it last night, that if you go to seek for there is a political asylum, which is political asylum because of political problem, you run away for your life. Any country that is under the United Nations will harbor you, and they will give you safety. If there is a family problem, you can run for get asylum, which is I think you call it there is a political asylum. There is I think do they call it civil asylum or what? Something like that. So where you will have a problem with people, you run away and you get asylum. But political asylum is the one that is very, very crucial, which is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu could obtain when Nigerian military tried to kill him and he escaped. Political asylum is what some of these people who are going through the Mediterranean Sea, or those who are going through, border to border, from border to border till they get to Europe. Those are the type of things they present because they have a political crisis. That is the reason why if you see any place where there is a war going on, people are displaced. If they walk to Europe, they are given a political asylum. So it is something that is done. As long as you are under United Nations, it is something that anyone can do. The reason why they made that law, because they don't know who is going to be running tomorrow. That's why they made that law. So don't think that thing that they did for our leader, it is a special something that they did it because it is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It is a general something. It is not special. He was not treated special there. Believe you me. You can go to Europe without a passport. These people who are going through Mediterranean Sea. Of course, if you are running away for your political life, you will not even run with passport. That's the way it is. Asylum seekers are recognized, those that doesn't have passport. Immediately when you have passport and there is visa in it, it means that you had time to even apply for visa. Don't you know that? These are the things our people need to understand before they begin to emotionally engage themselves in things that they knew nothing about. Let me show you what these people presented to you. They call it they call them your army. Biafran Army in exile. Let me present it to you, because this type of insult that they are giving to this struggle, it is too much. That insult is too much. It is a very great insult that they are giving to our struggle. But of course, we are here to debunk it. Boys Brigade, M Branch, Boys Brigade, Biafra, so-called Biafra Army, Boys Brigade. Why are you not opening? If he doesn't want to open, I will open it through the phone. Because I see that it is messing up here. Let me play it through the phone. I think it will even be better if I played it through the phone. They were flying Israel's flag. They don't know the star of that flag is not even Star of David. Well, people don't understand. But let us actually listen to this.
Hello.
Oh, this one is for the one of Adeboyo. Let me play the one. Okay. Insult. Ladies and gentlemen, your Biafra Army in exile. People say that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had never armed anybody to the teeth the way Eberima in Finland armed their army in exile to the teeth. Now you have seen your Biafra Army in exile, which Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that we do not have Biafra Army. Look at them. Onye ma ndị ebe agụụ na-agụ eji wee kpokọtocha ndị a niile kwụọ ha ụgwọ si ha na-amachi. Onye ma ebe ha na-amachi nọ n'Even Bakassi Peninsula. Because the reason why I will not doubt if this is happening in Cameroon or in Ambazonia, because you will understand that you see even Cho Ayaba, and I believe that Cho Ayaba, that his leader is still in a dungeon. His leader is still in a dungeon, and they've been doing all this fight that they are doing, which they told us that freedom is not given, it is taken by force. We agree with them on that, but in a strategic way. We have gone to war in 1967, and we know how we were dealt with in 1967, how they killed us. So in any other thing we are going to engage, it's supposed to be a well-planned, something that we are going to engage with. But now, Cho Ayaba, because Cho Ayaba believes that your freedom is not given, it is taken by force. That is the reason why he go and stand with the criminals in Helsinki to say, to deceive our people, so that our land will be will be desecrated with the blood of our people, and our people will be, I don't know if they are trying to lay siege on our people. You ask yourself, are they trying to lay siege on our people? These are your Biafra Army. The reason why they decided to carry Israel flag and Biafra flag, so that you are not going to ask where is their weapon. They don't have any weapon. That is the reason why you are seeing this. The Biafra Army. You saw those few ones that they just, even those ones you saw standing in the previous one, not all of them had weapon. It was not all of them that had weapon. They just staged that, they staged that thing in order for you to say, no, when you see them dressed like terrorists, present to themselves like Boko Haram, you will think, no, these people have it. You don't know that Nigeria military budget is more than $4 billion, per annum. More than $4 billion. You present how many people? Now he told you he was bragging. They claim that this is his Biafra Army, that he is unveiling Biafra Army, officially today. And these are the Boys Brigade he went and they unveiled for you. He hired Boys Brigade. He make uniform and give this individual that was picked up, of course, that is the reason why I told you that poverty is an institution in Nigeria. You see, poverty. it is an institution that anything you want to do in Nigeria today, as long as you have money to give out there, you will see people coming out. Hope Uzodinma, having killed all the people he killed in Imo State, are you not seeing when they call rally? They will bribe community leaders. They will give money to community leaders. Maybe they buy cabin biscuit and go and share to poor homes and tell them that your governor want to see you, your governor recognize you. They will lie to them. Your governor have recognized you. Your governor say you should rally around him. When he become governor, he will do this to you, he will do that to you. Because they are poor. Once they hear governor remembered you, all of them will jump out. Once they see there is money, cabin biscuit, you plank. Of course, you know cabin biscuit is plank. And once you see these things, you will actually believe that, at least, because there is no free ride in Nigeria. There is no free lunch in Nigeria. So anything you get for free in Nigeria, you appreciate it to the highest order. That is the reason why the politicians understand this. That's why the politicians are able to, each and every year, they will actually, bring up something in order to use it to make our people's mind believe that they are doing something for them. That is what they are using. Whenever you see a place where poverty is the order of the day, you will see people misbehaving. You will see people who are being killed, who are going to still be affiliated to their killer because their killer give them money. Okay? You know that when you bring this, if you want to call a pigeon or a bird, if you want to call a bird, you bring something like a maize, powder maize or something. You call them, there is a way we used to catch a pigeon that time. We use a maize, we get a pan. Once that pigeon is coming closer to eat that maize in the pan, we use the pan to cover it. So that was, that is what exactly these people are doing with the poor people in our land. So if you look at all these things, you will understand there is a problem in the status quo of Nigeria. And that is the reason why we should be very, very careful in our alignment in this struggle, because that is the reason why you should never give accolade to this criminal in Finland, because he wants to go to any extent, because all he's doing, remember, it's all about he wants to be the one. He wants to be the one. But people who don't understand that during freedom fighting, if you are not careful, you will be sold over without you knowing that you are sold over. Without you knowing that you are now, they have sold you. Sign away your life without you knowing. That's one thing people don't understand. And he claimed he is having a Helsinki declaration. He is having Helsinki declaration. Because when you look at this type of people, it is in Dezenago. That is the reason why he will form up, call a boys brigade, pay them. They will be singing and dancing. When they line up, the people that you see weapon will be on the outside where the camera will cover. Of course, many of them don't have weapon. That is this deceit, the way they're deceiving our people. The next thing, they solicit for funds. We need to equip our Biafran Army in exile. These are Biafran Army in exile. They are not army in Biafra land. They come from exile, operate in Biafra land, cause havoc in Biafra land. They run to Cameroon. They run to Bakassi, Ambazonia side. So one question I want to ask Cho Ayaba is that Cho Ayaba, I believe that regardless of everything you people did, I believe that your leader is still in a solitary confinement in Cameroon. If you can correct me on that, if Cho Ayaba is out already, you can correct me on that, and they will Biafra Unity, Mazi Paul Achebe, and they will welcome. So you can correct me if Cho Ayaba's leader is out. They've been doing their own modus operandi, which I don't want to be, criticized, because that is what they chose to do in their own struggle. It is not our own way. We chose to do our way because we have done, fight. We have done war in 1967. It didn't go well. So now we are re-strategizing So I want to ask Cho Ayaba, all this while that you people has been making the people of Cameroon ungovernable or whatever you have done, did it release your leader? The answer is no. Cho Ayaba, are you causing sit at home in your land where you are people that you are fighting to rescue? Are you giving them sit at home randomly without actually considering whether these people are eating or not? The answer is no. But why then are all of you? Because this thing is all about, we know there is something one of you said the other day about Russia oil and all that. There is something one of you said, the Russia gas, which is the gas in Nigeria and Biafra land, which went through Niger Republic. One of you came online and said that the Russia is only fighting to be the one to sell the gas. Now, but this gas that they are talking about, it is the gas coming out from our land, going to Europe without paying anything to the people who own the gas. Nobody in that area of worry that is benefiting from that gas, natural gas, that is piped to Europe. Nobody is benefiting from there. That is from where it come from, where it is doing pollution and all that. Nobody is benefiting from there, but you guys came to say it is the reason because Russia is coming because of the interest so that they will be the one to continue supply Europe. So you are suggesting we should allow our gas to be piped to Europe free of charge so that we will block Russia from selling gas to Europe. Gas that you and I know very well that people who own it does not benefit anything from it. Is it the type of freedom you are fighting? Now, secondly, now Cho Ayaba is now, we have seen him supporting somebody that is laying a siege in our land. Somebody that is on a conquest mission against his own, of course, he's a Fulani blood, against our own people. He's on a conquest mission. That's why there is sit at home constantly in our land. That is the same person Cho Ayaba came to now, hail in Helsinki. The same way, of course, one thing you should know, anybody that is a freedom fighter that is connected or friends to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you see them with Simon Ekpa. Believe you me, that person is corrupt. That person is no longer fighting for freedom. I can categorically tell you, you will use the one for Yoruba land. You will use it to judge the Yoruba man, the man I used to respect and love so much. I was using his picture all over the place that people were asking me, why do you always use Sunday Igboho's picture? Because, when you do something for your people, you become my hero. Because I love people who are willing to sacrifice and die for their people. You become my hero. He was my hero that time. That was the reason why, if you check the video I started making from 2021, when all these things happen, you will see Sunday Igboho's face on that. When you see that these people, any of them who went to align with Simon, believe you me, the person that bought Simon over must have bought them over. Because it takes birds of the same feather to flock together. Now, the reason why you should know that Simon, what he did was evil. He knows what he didn't want to start the struggle in his name and start a structure of his own. So that people like us, if we see that he is doing it well, we join him. He knows that he needs to destroy the one Mazen Nnamdi Kanu built in order to start the one that is compromised, structure that he wants to actually give to our people in order to, he is forcing our people to follow him. He is not calling on our people to follow him. That is the reason why he is forcing himself on the people. Now, you ask yourself, there is a convention hall in Helsinki, which they had the Biafra, it is called a convention hall. They had their Biafra self-referendum. How many people were present there? How many people were present there? You will not, they are not up to, 100 people. In fact, 50 is overstatement. They just crowded themselves together so that the camera will be a bit far or closer, videoing them from, you will think that there are people there. There are no people there. But he is talking about referendum that referendum of how many millions? How many millions of people? More than 70 million people. You are talking about their referendum, but you are not up to 50 in a convention hall. All you people are doing is just, of course, convention hall. These things, all these gadgets are already there because it is all, you hire them. Then you find this man. You use this man when people on the video who sees this type of people, they will say, ma onye ọcha sokwa ha o. Na nke eji eri unu ọrụ, cheka ngosi unu. Nke eji eri unu ọrụ. Onye ọcha sokwa ha o. Ndị ọcha nke a kwa ezigbo onye ọcha sokwa ha o. Onye ọcha na-alụ ọkobro Igbo ka ọ nọ. Onye ọcha na-alụ bodyguard. Chekwa ka ngosi gị ọfụma. Maka ọkwale ọlọzi gọọmenti unu ka ọ bụ na exile. Gọọmenti na exile unu nekwe ya. Nekwe bodyguard ya. Ọ bodyguard ya. Maka of course ego ndị Biafra dị involved na. So if I bodyguard ya, maka unu echekwa no president in the Finland, because the reason why o ji settle unu ya, o nwere ka asunu no nwa president in the Finland that is support Biafra. That is exactly what is the type of things he will tell you. It is one president in the Finland. If you want to hire a bodyguard, probably you pay them. There are some, great bodyguard you might pay. You might be able to pay them $100, within 24 hours to come and, cover you up in anything you are doing. So that is one thing that you shouldn't forget, So when they will come to lie to you, because they know that none stage our people all. So all look at first stage our people like this. And I know that our people will be very carried away and buying that story. Now, you will see, they say they are going to bring, they say they are going to bring doom to Nigeria. How did they say it? That it is going to bring doom to Nigeria. Now, where is the Nigeria he is going to bring doom to? It is Biafra land. It is Biafra land that he is talking about, bringing doom to Biafra land. Now, tomorrow, people ask him, you say you are going to bring water to Nigeria. Where is this Nigeria you are talking about? These are the criminals. They will come and operate from Bakassi Peninsula. Fababata, Febu, Faba, Fujo, Nyeburu. That is exactly what these people are doing. These people are a bunch of criminals. Bunch of criminals. All they do is to set up things in order to use it to deceive our gullible people. That's why they stage what they stage in Finland. They call it self-referendum. Simon ego jawa Christmas. Christmas. He doesn't play with Christmas. You have given him money for Christmas. It is quite unfortunate that his defense minister is not there. His defense minister, Azoka. She's no longer there. Achupugia. Had dissolved go muada. I wonder those women who are there, because I heard him dissolving on muada. So those women that are there, they are there is something you need to know about these people. They want to show you what glitters, because you believe that everything that glitters are gold. And this is exactly what the adage we use every day. All that glitters are not gold. Now, that is the reason why, people like Ohanes and Igbo and the Igbo politicians who has been doing all these things to bring our people. The reason why they are setting up all these things, Devil, Omahi, and Co. set up all these type of people. Do you know the reason? They want to overwhelm you. They want you to start giving up. They want you to believe, because they know that we are going to rise up to defend our people from the tyranny of this guy in Finland and from the decoy he does against our people, that military will come destroy, intellectual properties, destroy people's homes, and displace people, even old people, because of what this guy does. Because of what he does. Now, when they do it, they run away. That is what pains me. They will never stand to defend what they are doing. When they do it, they run away. They will never stand to defend what they are doing. And this is because you are believing everything that anybody say. That is the reason why all these Igbo governors or Hanez and Igbo will want to tell you, we want to be, fascinators of restructuring. Restructuring in Nigeria. Restructuring. That is what they are looking for. Restructuring. Don't forget, this is what we are treating today. You see Mr. Ibu. Mr. Ibu is sick today. People were able to donate money to Mr. Ibu because he's a public figure. We never ask ourselves, all these people donating money for Mr. Ibu, we never ask ourselves, why is it that, what about the people who are living in a remote area, who does not have access to data, who does not have access to media, that they will present themselves to be begging? I saw another guy who, he was begging for people to help him. I think I saw it on Elo Chukwuhagi's platform. He was begging people to help him. His one leg is already amputated, and the other one is now being eaten up. He is begging for help. I don't see anybody who is going to come up for his help. The only reason why they help Mr. Ibu, he's a public figure. Anybody that helps him, they will announce it in the news. People will believe they are philanthropists. The same Mr. Ibu went to church and claiming that Ebukobi miracle healed him. It is the same Mr. Ibu. These are the people they will mislead other people. Also, they will come out on the media and start shouting for help. These people, they know very well that Nigeria is good and has never been good for anybody. These same people will always come and make people to believe in Nigeria. Through their platforms, through their personality and influence. They make people to believe in one Nigeria. But also because they have access to help. What about the poor people out there? They are dying on a daily basis. There are illnesses that is curable that they are dying of. Yours is curable. But if people did not if you survive it. But you are lucky enough. So I believe that after you are done with this help, that the whole people have helped you. I want you to use your platform to advocate for the people who does not have that privilege for people to see them and help them. There are people who does not have privilege for people to see them and help them. You see, your help comes to you directly. There are other people who are so-called starting NGOs today. They are going to be fishing those people who have, financial difficulties. And to those who are, sick, they will fish them out. They do abateke with them. That is what is become prevalent in our land. Okite, Yahoo, the NGOs. It is now everywhere. No one is coming out to advocate for good governance. No one. In Anya, the people who are now becoming successful today, there are NGOs. Everybody in MPC NGO. Under the reason why you see these people that are hungry, suffering, it is as a result of bad governance. It is as a result of the status quo that was created by Britain. And we are running on this status quo because it seems like we black people, we don't have our own initiative to initiate what is going to guide us or what we are going to follow. We are following the European status quo. That is the reason why it becomes very, very imperative for everyone who have access to data, who have access to media, to use their platform to advocate for the change in the status quo of Nigeria, so that people will not be dying ignorantly, people will not be dying as a result of a treatable illness because they have no access to medical care. There is no medical infrastructure in Nigeria. There is no hospital that is well equipped in Nigeria. Every other country in the world, they prioritize medical care, medical infrastructure, medical equipment. In Nigeria, to access to medical care, it is a privilege. It is not it is not accessible for any other person. It is a privilege to the well-privileged people. How can a medical care becomes a privilege? Where does medical care in a nation that in the 21st century that care about development, why would medical access to medical care be a privilege? The same Britain who gave you the status quo, who you actually created the status quo you are running up on, status quo 1.0. The same Britain, if you go there, you'll be treated for free if you are living there. The same reason why when your president is sick, they run to abroad. These people, they have no atom of shame. For all this Ohanes and Nibo and all of you who are calling for restructuring my foot, we do not ask for restructuring. And we know very well when you people start manipulating situation, we know exactly what you people are getting up to. Because the reason why you people are holding Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is to convince him to see if there will be restructuring. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu never told us about restructuring. Listen to the video of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Listen to it.
Not for the coming of IPOB of Radio Biafra, all of you would have lived and died in the ignorance that Ojukwu caused a war. That's what they were writing. Britain helped them to write it. Ojukwu was a rebel, a secessionist, because we had no media. That is why they're paying Facebook billions upon billions of US dollars to stop this truth from coming out. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Gowon is alive, go and ask him. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Ojukwu went and negotiated restructuring with you in Aburi. You came back, Britain told you not to agree because Britain realized that all the component units of Britain knows that if you go back to regionalism, you will have economic growth. The country will do very well. But Britain doesn't want it. That was why they even instigated the Nzogwu coup, so-called Nzogwu coup, saying they will bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael Opara. What I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, you had the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa were doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Nzogwu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed, restructuring. That's something now you're asking for. To tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way forward, restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1960-1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent. Wales, the same thing. Everybody is free. But Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy.
Now, the same thing they are asking for. Remember that when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, before Mazen Nnamdi Kanu started going full awareness, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had called on them to go back to 1963 Constitution, restructuring. That is the reason why they wanted to kill him. That is the reason why they jailed him. They wanted to kill him, he ran away. Now you will see these people coming towards that direction again. That is the reason why we are calling, let nothing happen to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Because this restructuring of a situation, if they are now agreeing to restructuring, that means they have found a way to manipulate the restructuring. They have found a way to make sure it does not work even when it is restructured. That is exactly what I am seeing right now. Because it is not even far from the new, I don't think it is far from those who are calling for or bringing a new stand. These things, I believe, that are connected to each other. What is going on there is connected to each other. If you understand what these people are actually, going after, Ohaneze Ndi Igbo should know. Of course, IPOB. Let me read declaration of IPOB from Punch newspaper. Is it Punch newspaper? Let me see. Okay, there is another thing I also need to read. There are other things, something else I need to read. It is something that is very, very important. I need to read about Supreme Court. Now, there is something let me read this news so that they will also bear in mind. We are not looking for restructuring anymore. We are looking for separation from the British status quo. That's what we are looking for. Separation from the British status quo. It is Biafra or nothing. That's what we are looking for. So, and that's what we are determined to actually do. And that's what we are going to do. Listen to this news as from the Punch newspaper. I will not be able to bring it to your screen, but let me read it so quickly before I delve into something. IPOB warned Ohaneze Ndi Igbo over comment on restructuring. The indigenous people of Biafra has warned members of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo demanding restructuring to bury the idea, insisting that what the Ndi Igbo want is referendum. What is so difficult to conduct a referendum in Nigeria, if I may ask Ohaneze Ndi Igbo? Because I have seen Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, these people are so tricky. They are very tricky people. But I have, said time without number. These people don't know that they are dealing with, technocrats, around the world. That's the type of people they are dealing with. They believe that no, because they call us miscreants. That's why they believe we don't know what is going on. We are grown now. We know what is good for us. And restructuring is no longer one of them. Because for you guys to accept, to be pushing for restructuring, so that you will be, there is something called ceremonial, restructuring. Then Fulani will still be making decision, putting their stooge as your governors, or putting their stooge as your what do you call them? Okay, if you restructure the eastern region, will have a kind of their president. It is called governor. It is governor, but it will stand as a president for the eastern region, right? Because it is going to be a confederation. Now you pay tax and answer to the center. The same governor will answer to the center. Fulani is on the center. So Fulani make plan to give you who is going to be in the gubernatorial position. Like Hope Uzodinma, Supreme Court put Hope Uzodinma there. So these are the reason why restructuring is no longer in our book. Now let us continue to read. The pro-Biafra group said that the era of anyone anyone with red cap claiming to be an elder speaking for Ndi Igbo is over and gone for good, adding that it is not going back on referendum or to democratically decide whether to remain or exit from Nigeria. They stated this in a statement made available by its media and publicity secretary Emma Powerful on Saturday. Powerful said the attention of the global movement and the family of IPOB has been drawn to the unguarded statement credited to one Abuja-based Ohaneze Ndi Igbo chieftain, Augustine Amechi, claiming that Ohaneze Ndi Igbo want restructuring, not referendum. This is by Punch newspaper. I am reading from Punch newspaper. The few political jobbers in Ohaneze Ndigbo demanding restructuring should perish the idea. Biafrans want a referendum, which is not a bad thing, which is actually democratic process to actually determine. There was a referendum conducted the other day in Ukraine. Was it by Russia? In Ukraine. They conducted a referendum there. So why is Nigeria so scared to conduct a referendum? Why? Why is Britain so scared to allow a change in the implementation of this their so-called Nigeria, a country, their so-called country called Nigeria? Why are they so scared for this referendum to happen? Because if we go to what they are preaching, these politicians are preaching, they tell you that the majority of Nigeria want one Nigeria. We said no. So in order to believe, in order to actually clarify this, let's go through a referendum. Then we will be able to now, determine if what they are saying is correct or what we are saying is correct. We have made it clear to the federal government and international community that Biafran want referendum to democratically decide to either remain in Nigeria or exit Nigeria. This is our only demand. We are not going back on our demand for a UN-supervised referendum in Nigeria for the determination of Biafra independence. Once the Nigeria government hits our democratic demand for a Biafra referendum, Nigeria's major problem will be solved. Biafra era of anyone with a red cap claiming to be elder speaking for Ndigbo is over and gone for good. So Abuja politicians must take note that and advise themselves properly. The treacherous activities of some Igbo political jobbers surrounded by their urchins have endangered the Southeast people and the economic underpinning of our culture. So let me leave it here. Asena atu olo omalu. Atukwalo no ofeke, ofenyisi n'ofia. We have called on them. Our demand is very clear. Our demand is very simple. And our demand is very old. This is not today that we started demanding for referendum. So it is the only thing that is actually sustainable, obtainable by us. Referendum. It is not like we are forcing you to give us Biafra today. We are telling you, since you believe in your people, that people are still in love with one Nigeria. And obedient and all these people who are actually, trying to redirect the narratives, let there be referendum for people to decide what they are looking for. It is very simple. We are not impeding in anybody's right. We are not forcing anybody to be Biafra. It is going to be done through a referendum. Then you call yourself a Biafra. It is a very, very formidable option that if anyone is, whether they are running up and down or those who have stolen Nigerian money to go and treat Mr. Ibu, and they will say, because it is the reason why many of them come out, because it's Mr. Ibu, public figure, they will say, there is one Nigeria is working. What is the name of this man who actually went to help Mr. Ibu? His name is Sarak. Is it Sarak? Somebody Sarak. But I know he's a northern man. So now I believe that we have done it. Let me give our comrade a piece of advice. Our comrade Ikenga, if you are in this program, if you will be able to even tag Ikenga Uruagu, let me give him a piece of advice because it is very, very important. As in ebe nwata na ebe akwa na alụ aka. Na nne ya nọrọ di ya, nne ya ga-anọ di ya. Where a child is crying and pointing at. If the father is not there, the mother is there. Otherwise, no way ife na-eyi egwu di ya. The reason why I decided to take it today to give Ikenga advice today, it is because every day it is all about Ikenga. Every day it is all about Ikenga. And I have been, trying to find out, why is it always Ikenga? He resigned. Of course, he resigned, which I was not happy about his resignation. I was not happy about his resignation. And, of course, he came back. And the day he actually announced he's coming back was the same day we heard there is a suspension on Achebe Paul, which, of course, I don't know what is, the reason why the suspension, all of a sudden suspension on Achebe Paul took place, which I don't know. I didn't hear the story properly, but I heard it this morning. I heard it also this morning where, was it this morning or yesterday? I heard it from somebody who is talking about it. And, Comrade Ikenga, it is not a bad thing when you call yourself a special one. It is not a bad thing when you call yourself a special one. I don't know why people see it to be a bad thing. You can call yourself a special one, celebrity freedom fighter. It is your right. It is your right. It is what pleases you. It is what makes you happy. Very much. It is not bad. But in a situation whereby you are making a particular mistake each time you come online, don't you think it is something that makes people, to talk about you or make people to, judge you in the way they are judging you? Because there was a time you did a program, you were supporting the Enugu State governor. And after that program went viral. It was downloaded, shared amongst WhatsApp. That time, if you talk to anyone, they tell you this is your comrade, who is what he is saying, that the Enugu State governor should kill our people. I saw that, and I saw it as a nonchalant mistake. I actually, it worried me. I complained about it, but I say maybe it is a mistake. Another day, I saw, there was a time when there was this comrade, when there was this this person. Was it it's not a comrade actually. Will I call him? I think he's a criminal. He's a criminal. I won't call him a comrade because I don't know him, and I don't know which angle he operates. He's a criminal. He's called Ejima. And Ejima was captured by Hope Uzodimma. You came out to say that is your comrade, that anyone who rejects him, you will not reject him. And that one is another, the number 2 of it. And each and every time you come online, it sounds like you are affiliated to Nigeria politicians. Those are the things that people are picking offense in what you do. Maybe there is something you mean that people don't understand. Maybe you have to clear people up so that they will understand you. Because when I listen to you myself, those broadcasts doesn't go well with me. But I just saw it. I just kept quiet because I believe that other people are watching. I'm not the only one watching. And the autopilot making a mockery of what we are doing Ikenga is working with politicians. That's what everywhere you go, that it is the one who claimed that Simon is working with politicians. And all these things are being, talked about because of your utterances in the media space. If there is somebody that is advising you the way you talk these days, that person is not giving you a good advice. They are not giving you a good advice, believe you me. Or the way you come, if you come online, you say that you are part of the leadership, you are, you represent, IPOB leadership and all that. If you are saying that, now you are making this your unguarded statement, affiliation with politicians, because your statement is almost affiliated, with the politicians. People are pissed off. People are getting pissed off with what you are doing. Do you know why people are getting pissed off? When Simon Ekpa started his criminality, he started it by what he says. He didn't start it by what he does, because all of us were seeing each other in the media, right? He started with what he says. And you were one of the first people who picked it up and you exposed it, right? So if it started with what he said, because you are not living in Helsinki, and you will not tell me that you were on the ground where he acted what he's doing. It was what he said that triggered you to know where he is going. So why do you think it is a bad thing that what you said that will trigger another person to see where you are going? Why do you think it is a bad thing? I don't think it is a bad thing. Because one thing we should understand, one good term deserves another. You do unto others what you want others to do unto you. When people speak the truth, I know people, most of the things that make people to have issues, is when they speak the truth. But there is something people don't understand, because I am going to speak this in general terms. People don't understand that not everything you see is the truth. Some of the things you see, it might be a perspective. So most of the time you see something, then you formulate your own perspective. So that is the reason why most of the information given out in the media space, they said it is alleged. It is alleged. Because they were not sure. For them not to be on the other side of the law, they make it to be alleged. Even though it might be something that you saw. So that is the reason why in this regard, I don't think anybody should actually, be seriously judging you or be seriously say that they are sure of what you do in the media space or your utterances, your unguarded utterances that you make in the media space. I don't think somebody will say they are sure that you are doing what you are doing. I don't think so. But in a situation whereby you are saying it not once, not twice, not thrice, it makes people very uncomfortable. People like me makes me uncomfortable. But the reason why I haven't talked about it, it is because I have a principle. I don't like I don't like to be pushed into doing something. I do things when I feel like it is the right thing to do. Likewise, the time Simon began, likewise the time he started, I was following him, I was sharing his video. When I understood what he was doing, I made a U-turn. It didn't take me like 3 to 4 months to understand what he was doing. I made a U-turn. Now, when I made a U-turn, I started going back to his antecedents within IPOB in order to pick up 1 or 2 things that made me to understand that he is marketing himself in order to do something that is very, very terrible in IPOB. If I was you who actually discovered Simon from the beginning, I wouldn't engage it the way you engaged it. Because it was the same way you engaged it that gave him wings to fly today. Believe you me, the way you engaged it gave him a wings to fly today. Because you engaged it in a way people believe you are jealous of him. So that's what you did. And that is the same thing that many people don't understand, how to solve a problem. That if you want to solve some certain problem, you need to actually solve that problem with wisdom. I know when I actually wrote something about talking to you today, people were telling me do it privately. No, I wouldn't do it privately because your mistake is in the public domain. And it is not the first time, it is not the second time, it is not the third time. And the reason why I am going to tell you this is that we are fighting anything that is going to be problematic to us. When you started all these things you are doing, people were complaining. And another thing that you do that is not, a very good thing is undermining people. Stop undermining people, regardless of who. Whether you know when that person started talking about Biafra, whether you know you are the person who helped this person to talk about Biafra or who, you don't undermine people. You always put out unguarded utterances. It is not good for our freedom fighting. Just like, especially to those who are in leadership like you, because you always tell us you are in a leadership. So, especially for those who are representing IPOB in a leadership level, whatever you say or do, if it is not done well, it is going to affect the work that we put in place. Believe you me, if not any other person, but you as part of the leadership, whatever you do is affecting us negatively. Knowing that we are fighting internal enemy. So when you are giving them ground to cover, it is setting us back. Because if you're giving them ground to cover, it means that they are creating a narrative to our people that we need to leave the actual thing we need to be focusing on defending ourselves from this narrative that the enemy is creating. And our people are very gullible. They don't judge the way wise people judge. They follow the trend. That's what our people does. So why do you fight the enemy, then you create a vacuum for the enemy to occupy again? Why do you do that? It is not a good thing. And if you look at it, we all are in this mess together, fighting for our freedom. And when we are fighting for our freedom, it is very, very important that we see each other as comrades and brother in the army. Because the reason why we must see each other as a brother in the army, it is because if you see brothers in the army, when they have injury, they carry each other on the back running, so that person will not give in to their injury or succumb and die. They will carry them to take them to a safe place. That is brother in the army. But in a situation whereby we are doing the same thing, you look at yourself, you believe that you are more important than the next person. It becomes problematic. Because if you see yourself to be more important than the next person, it means that, this person, you want them to actually feel inferior, or you want them to believe that the leadership recognize your work in the media space more than they recognize the work of other people in the media space. Which, if you actually, sell this type of narrative, it becomes problematic. It's just that the reason why I don't pay attention to those things when you call yourself different names, special one, it is your right to say that. But when you behave it, around our comrade, when you behave it around our comrade, it becomes, it becomes problematic. Like, if you say, no, I will not be with Judge Money in a particular platform, because Judge Money is Johnny just come. He just come yesterday. Hey, it means you are undermining me. You don't even know me. You are undermining me. You are undermining the work that I put out there. You are believing that you know it better and you do it best. You should also know that no exam, that person will first. If you examine yourself, you will first. So it is very, very important that anything you are doing, don't undermine your comrade. Don't undermine your comrade. Watch your utterances. We are in a struggle. We are not into entertainment industry. But it does not mean that if you have if you have that calling of using entertainment to filter or assimilate this knowledge that you have into our people, it is still okay. But when I talk about we are not into entertainment industry, we are not trying to see who entertain the other person better. The reason why I say that is that you undermine other comrades and you say the type of the way you speak, it is very controversial. Not everyone will take it easy when you speak it. Not everyone will take it easy when you speak it. And the way you undermine people and you show them you undermine them, you don't even behave diplomatically. Even if you know that you are better than somebody, you don't need to tell them that you are better than them, dude. You don't need to show them you are better than them. Rather, you lay you lay a foundation, or you bring example which they will look into and follow it. That's the way it is. Because iron sharpeneth iron. We are all brothers in the army. And when you call yourself a special one, you undermine another person. That's when that your special one you are calling yourself becomes an issue to people. It is your right to call yourself anywhere, celebrity, special one. It is your right. But once you start undermining the work other people are doing, which you might not be doing it right, you are undermining them. They are looking at you, seeing your fault, your wrongs, the unguarded utterances you make, the speech that you make that is patriotic to Nigeria, politicians and Nigeria state. I don't know if you are doing it purposely. I don't know if you are doing it accidentally. I don't want to accuse you of anything right now. I don't want to accuse you because you are still, you are still my comrade. And I don't have I don't have any evidence to say that what you are speaking, you are, there is something to it. But I have common sense. I might not have evidence, but I have common sense. I have common sense. And it is not healthy in this point in time for you to be creating a room for us to be every time we are talking about each other on the media space. It is not a good thing. It is not healthy. Let us find a way to focus on what we are doing. And you come to, you sound so condescending, if I may tell you. You sound so condescending whenever you address your fellow comrade. Sounding condescending is not good. You are not Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You didn't make anybody. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu actually, make, many of us to be, what we are or what we do in the media. Because he educates us. We are the people who take the first position in the class. That's why we are able to graduate and get PhD in order to be academia. So that's exactly what we do. You don't make anybody. So you don't have right to sound condescending to anybody. You are not paying anybody's data or anything. So you don't have right to sound condescending to them. That is what you do that people don't like. If you can amend this and actually go back to Ikenga that we used to know, it will be very good. Because what I see today from you, it is, Ikenga that like saga. That is what I see. If I must be honest with you, it is Ikenga that I like saga. And saga is not what we are here to do. It is not what we need at this point in time. If you indeed love this struggle, of which I know you love, but you also, I know you have your own personal life, you have your own, weaknesses. All of us, we have our weaknesses, but we shouldn't let our weakness come between us and our freedom, or come between us and what we are doing. This is a very crucial time. We have enemies. They are all over us. They are looking for one mistake we are going to make. They will use it and capitalize and brainwash our people. Our people, for the sake of our people. For the sake of our people. Guide your utterances. It is very, very important. For the sake of our people. Guide your utterances. Open oge kwegi. You guide your utterances. It is very, very important. If you do it in that manner, you will not be having problems with people. And don't tell people that you are more. If the leadership love you more than every other person, it is up to the leadership. Don't come and brag about it that people may feel inferior. Because you might not be doing what others are doing. There is somewhere you are good at. Maybe you are good at criticizing others. Maybe people are good at bringing out information that relates to what we are doing. Maybe another person is good at educating our people. The other one is good in analysis. The other one is good in fighting the household enemy. Don't undermine people, because if you are undermining people, we are up against Nigeria, created by Britain. That is what we are fighting. Nigeria created by Britain. We are not fighting, Biafra people only. We are not fighting those who are deviating. We are not fighting them all. We are educating them. So when it comes to criticism, just like, the things of autopilot and they're criminal on the ground, when it comes to criticism, we criticize them and we tell the people, we criticize them in a way that we educate our people to be consciously following the trends, so that they will not be, swept up their feet with brainwashing. And on the other hand, we need to know that we also multitask. We need to understand we also multitask. We know that each time we come to do criticism, we get followers, we get people watching us in high number. We know that. But that's not what we are here for. As you know, inyetu kekesi ekwu okwu a, inyetu ndeba ọ dịkwa ka na-eme. Ka ọ hafe ịdịzi ka ịbịazi ị na-agbazi sọsaga ndị ọzọ na-afaịtị Nigeria gọọmenti. Gịnwa na-agba saga ịpụtakwa isi ndị ahụ na-afaịtị Nigeria gọọmenti na ịka ha mma na leadership love gị karịa ndị ọzọ. It is an indictment even in the positions of the leadership. It is an indictment to the positions of leadership. I don't know, I've heard people talking about favoritism or favorism. I've heard people talking about it. I don't know where it is coming from, but the utterances you make might, can even indict somebody to say they are favoring you more than every other comrade. Because there are things that transpired even behind the scene. Behind the scene. Of course, we know that behind the scene, there are things that transpired which you were supposed to be part of this behind the scene. If there was anything that somebody have to advise you on, you are supposed to be in that behind the scene. So that if there is any, criticism, we do it amongst ourselves behind that scene. And everybody will come back to their senses. But you, sometimes, if there is behind the scene, you believe that, no, I can't be in the same equal yoke with this person because he is a junior comrade, you are a senior comrade. Maybe they are the people, you saw them, they don't have money, or they are in Biafra land, they don't do this, they don't do that. You see them, you undermine them. Believe you me, these things are the reason why we have so much problem out here. That is the reason why we have so much problem out here. In our media organization, you see our media organization, it is not in order. Our media organization is not in order. It is not well organized. Because if it is well organized, I don't think we are going to be seeing this problem that we are seeing today. We are not going to be seeing it because we will have somewhere where, we will bring our problem, we will solve it, and we will caution each other. Because when people tell me to go and do it behind the scene, I don't do it behind the scene. Because, when people are actually, tired from behind the scene and they believe that, no, this person is too big to be with you where they want to be, or where the problem needs to be sorted out, or where we need to galvanize, educate ourselves, correct our problem. If this person is too big to be there, it means that that person undermines you. And I cannot pick up a phone to call somebody who is so full of themselves. I don't do that. I don't do that. I am too big a fish to be caught with a penny hook. And another thing we need to understand here is that if indeed there is a favoritism, it is not taking us anywhere. We are not fighting for the Nnewi. We are not fighting for the Enugu State, or the Nsukka, or the Ebonyi State, or the Abakaliki, or we are not fighting for the Imo, or the Owerri. We are not fighting for the Abia, or the Umuahia. We are not fighting for the Igodo, or the Izong or Ishekiri and all this. We are fighting for Biafra. All the territories that makes Biafra, everybody in there is our people. We don't discriminate. They are all our people. One man's, one for, how do they say it? I for one is I for all. I don't know if I am saying it correctly. That is whom we are. We are not discriminating. We are not saying no. Nda bunda Ebonyi, nda Anambra, nda Imo, nda Abia, nda Song, nda Shekiri, nda Godomigodo. No, we don't say that. We are all equal. We are on equal yoke. We are in this mess together. That is the reason why it is important for us to know that Biafra comes. We give position through merit. We are going to practice meritocracy. We are going to practice meritocracy, technocracy. We are going to practice this thing, technocrats, meritocrats. We are going to have these things in place. We are not going to do nepotism. This person is from our own. And most of the time when you speak, you take it to that angle. It is not actually healthy to what we are doing. It is not healthy. People are watching us. What we are doing, people are watching us. Many people are not following Biafra because they tell you that we are not moving with one mind. So when you start telling us that in the Nnewi, if anything happened to the Nnewi, you will take in the Nnewi first. You are promoting that division. That division we are trying to unlearn. You are promoting that, you are stereotyping. You are promoting stereotype. And that thing, it is not good for our struggle. Because we need to carry everybody along as if they are our brothers and sisters, the same mother, the same father. We need to carry everybody along. It is very, very important in what we are doing. And now there is something you said yesterday, which is the reason why what triggered me to talk to you. What you said yesterday, when you were responding to this guy in Germany, when you were responding to him, what you said, that you are in South Africa, that the people who are preaching Biafra in Nigeria, I might not be able to quote you verbatim, but what you meant there is that you are in more danger than the people who are preaching Biafra in Nigeria. That people can be preaching Biafra and going about their businesses. That is a lie. That is a lie. That is the reason why I say that in a no exam, a pass, yeah, a bar first. The reason why it is a lie, it is because you made a reference of Benjamin Madubugu. You made a reference of, I don't know if you made a reference of Barrister Joffo. Barrister Joffo is a lawyer. And you saw what happened to him. He's a lawyer, but you saw how Nigeria state dealt with him. Tempered, they almost killed him. If not the help of Chukwu Okike Abiama, they were going to take his life. They killed his secretary or his PA. They killed him. Burned him. Now, if a lawyer that can represent himself in a court is attacked in this regard, then you find a person who is using his, media to advocate for what is going to cripple Nigeria status quo that is governed by Britain. And we all know that he is not being prejudiced against Nigeria for nothing. But they are being realistic because the status quo is killing us. The status quo is displacing us. The status quo is impoverishing us. That is the reason why they are saying it. And you know that Nigeria does not like to hear the truth. And you look at yourself, who is privileged to be in a country like South Africa. You said that people who preach Biafra in Nigeria, that they are safe. Dude, if they are safe, I believe that you will go to Nigeria. You will be going to Nigeria to and fro. If you yourself, you are safe. You're supposed to be going to Nigeria, making a video showing us. So let us actually put ourselves in other people's shoe. Let us put ourselves in other people's shoe. The guys in Biafra land, they do not have freedom of movement. And that is actually, it is another unguarded utterances that you are making, trying to resend a message that we have sent out there that there is no freedom of expression, there is no freedom of speech, there is no freedom to exercise your right of civility. There is no freedom in Nigeria, above all. You are actually, contradicting that message that we are sending out there. And having seen your position in IPOB as one of the leadership, it is not healthy for the struggle. It is not healthy. That's why I say, if there is anybody advising you, tell them they are not. Change your advisor. You are in South Africa, and I have seen you carrying Biafra flag, doing protest. I even saw you during the day of BRICS summit. I saw you in the video where you were addressing, the world, addressing Biafra. Did a marvelous job. You were doing it freely. Nobody was actually intimidating you. Nobody was trying to jail you. Even Shetima was there in BRICS summit. Nobody intimidated you. Can you do that in Nigeria? The answer is no. You can't. You cannot do that in Nigeria. And you say that where you are is more dangerous than Nigeria. What we are actually, talking about in this regard, we are talking about nation, and nation. We're not talking about the crime stats. We are not talking about the crime stats. If anybody advised that the people in Biafra land should be paid while they are doing the type of job they are doing, I might not second that. But the people in Biafra land that are preaching this freedom should be taken care of somehow, because it is not easy for them. It is not an easy job for them. If you believe it is an easy job for them, travel to Nigeria and you go there and you make a video. Benjamin Madubugu is fighting for Biafra. Benjamin Madubugu is fighting for the freedom. Benjamin Madubugu is actually, was arrested, right? Are you aware that he was confided to Nigeria? He was confided that he is not going to move from Nigeria. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that he had a bail condition all these years that is not enabling him to move away from Nigeria? Are you aware of that? That is it. So now, you cannot compare him. He's already having this issue in court in Nigeria. And he is not every day coming to the media to actually expose the secret of Nigeria. The deep, dark secret of Nigeria. He does not come out to expose it. He's not every day doing it in the media space. We know that where he is not going to... Did Benjamin Madubugu will tell you he's comfortable being a Biafra freedom fighter and in Nigeria? He's not comfortable. He's not free. Himself, he's not free. I believe that Benjamin Madubugu, the family is in Russia, right? Why didn't he travel to Russia all these years? It is as a result of the freedom fighting that we are into. He is paying that price. His family is paying that price as well. Because Nigeria does not respect human rights. Because there is no freedom of speech. There is no freedom of media. There is no freedom of association. There is no freedom of civil disobedience or civil, there is no civil right movement in Nigeria. So if you know that, why then are you telling the world that our people in Nigeria, they are free to do their various businesses while still preaching for Biafra? It becomes another indictment to what you are doing. So, if this is the reason why people like Paul Achebe are mad about, about you, if it is the reason why, which I didn't hear from any of them, I just see them, talking what they, pouring out their heart, the same way I see you pouring out your heart, the same way I see others pouring out their heart in this issue of you. If it is really the reason why, because he corrected you, that what you are doing is wrong, or because I don't know what happened, but whatever that happened, but I have seen that your activities directly, your activities and your what should I call it? How do I put it? Your whatever you are doing, your controversy has affected me directly somehow. But I didn't want to speak it. You have criticized me indirectly somehow. But I didn't want to respond to it. It was actually a long time ago. It was a long time ago. And the only person that knows about it was Maren Hedda. And she was the one who told me to forget it. She told me to forget it. What you did that day, if you notice, I don't share your video anymore. I don't come into your program and like your video anymore. It was for a very long time. The reason why I didn't want to come and learn you saying something I don't like, because I don't come here to do saga. That's why I don't come to your platform anymore, because I don't want, maybe you will do something again, maybe it will piss me off, that I will come to respond to you. So that is the reason why I wouldn't want to come to your platform to, so that I don't get pissed off, except if I see it flying, because your topic is everywhere. If you come to anybody, they tell you, why don't you go to, these are the people you people are with fighting Simon Ekpa. Because the people don't have brains. People don't have brains. Now, the reason why Maren Hedda, she told me that I shouldn't get mad about it. I shouldn't get, I should forget it. I was even surprised the day you people, aided Donald Azubike to come to the media to start talking rubbish about Marian Header. He pained me very well. He pained me so much. And I did a program about it. I pushed it on Donald, but you gave him the platform to criticize Marian Header. For the first time, are you aware that you people might place the life of Marian Header in danger? Because you people speak, you make unguarded statements. Are you aware that you people might put the life of Marian Header in danger by saying that none are born in America? And Marian Header tells us he stays in Maryland. And with the with the quality of his mind, the enemy knows you better than you know yourself. You know, in abroad, the easiest way to kill people is through accident. There are people who are professional in crashing people in a car accident. Are you aware of that? The easiest way to kill people without trace is car accident. She died. We don't know what happened to her. Because Donald Azubike came to your platform and, exposed her. Exposed her. In as much as we are here, we are all here to protect one another. There is nobody who will tell me any secret that me and him will have some problems. I will come and say it out there. It is not possible. It is for kids. It is not for adults. No matter what you and I have, any secret that you told me, if you fight, it doesn't make me to bring it out here. It doesn't. Except if sabotaging the struggle. If you are sabotaging the struggle, and I have confirmed that you are sabotaging the struggle, and what you actually, it might be my mind will trigger that this is the reason why you told me this, then I have to expose it. Otherwise, there is no amount of issue you're supposed to have with your fellow comrade. And you come and start, exposing their secret. The Donald Azubike, which somebody I used to hold in high esteem, he used to come to tell me to bring him to my platform. I didn't find it worthy. I bring people I used to bring people who are not even, up to his position in IPOB. I used to bring many people into my platform. I don't have problem, but I don't know why. I didn't know why. My spirit never allowed me to bring him to my platform. Ask him. He sent me a message, I think 2 or 3 times, that I should bring him to my platform. When this issue of Canon Takano served, I didn't know why I didn't want to. I am an open person, but I didn't know why I didn't want to, and I don't regret not bringing him to my platform. May the soul of Marian Header rest in peace. May her soul rest in peace. We didn't know what happened to her. The reason why I am reiterating on that, it is because we people need to guide our utterances. Because you might put someone in danger without you knowing. Without you knowing. We are fighting enemies from the high places. They can do anything. They are willing to do anything for you not to remove them from where they are benefiting from. It is about their interest. It is about their interest. It is very, very important. We cannot be creating enemies when we are fighting enemies. We cannot be creating, making ourselves hate each other, but are trying to impact knowledge of love on other people. It will never happen. It will never help us. If we need to do this, let us focus and do it. Forget this saga. Forget the Kuchakwa Kankwo. If we want to go where we are going, maybe that might be the reason why the media is not taking us seriously. Maybe they are taking you seriously, maybe because you are more controversial than any other person. Or maybe they know there is something that you are doing they love more than any other person. But I believe in our media space, we need to be in uniform. We need to be more organized because we do this every day. Even if there are other media, we do this every day. We show our faces. We do this every day. We need to be taken seriously, right? And but sometimes you might find out that our nonchalant behavior might be the reason why we are not taken seriously. It might be the reason. But if they are taking you seriously and they are not taking others seriously, having seen all your mistakes, it means that they are not, they are not upright in their judgment. Believe you me, they are not upright in their judgment. And if it is the reason why Paul Achebe is suspended, they are not upright in their judgment. That's the way it is. I don't know if it is, but if it is, this issue, they are not upright. Because there were so many things that happened few weeks back, where you say that people were on a group which is not approved and all that at the end of the day, that the group must be closed, and it looks like you closed the group. You yourself closed the group. If you could close the group, it means that you are the, and you come and say you are a special one. Why do you think that people who were in that group will not be angry at you? Because you are the special one. Maybe the anger is supposed to be at the media person who listens to you more than he listens to every other person. They will take it out on you. The frustration, they take it out on you. Because you are the one who is acting it, and you are playing it, and it is happening. So, my brother, I am not here to undermine you. I am not here to degrade you. But as in atolo malo, atolo ofeko fenyi sinofia. Nwannem ịmara asụ ịsụọ n'ikwe. Ịmara asụ ịsụọ n'ikwe. Achọrọ m isi gị ịmara asụ ịsụọ na mkpụrụ ụkwụ gị, but ịmara asụ ịsụọ n'ikwe. Look back from where you began. Look at yourself from where you are going or where you are right now, and you do a self-introspection on yourself. Do a self-introspection. Ask yourself, are you still in line? Why is everyone talking about me? Why? It is very, very important. It is very, very important. Ebe nwata na-ebe akwa na-alụ aka, nne ya nọrọ di ya, nne ya ga-anọ di ya. If none of them is there, onwe ife na-eyi egwu di ya. My brother, check yourself. Check yourself. Very well. And I love you. When you resigned, I was so mad. I was so angry, but I didn't want. I was not happy that you resigned, because I was still, even when you resigned, you know what I said to myself when you resigned. I know that there was something going on. I heard that you left. When you resigned, what I said was that you were placed among us. If you can just wake up and resign, you were placed among us to spy on us. That's what I said to myself. That's why you decided to wake up and resign. Or you want to hold us for ransom. These are the two things that came into my mind. But I believe now you came back. And when you are coming back, you started indicting so many people. You indicted Barrister Jofo, you indicted Benjamin, you indicted leadership, you indicted Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's wife. You called their names that they rejected your resignation. What has these people got to do with your resignation and the IPOB Code of Conduct and Leadership? What has they got to do with this? You are indicting people without you knowing. I don't know if these people that you are mentioning are seeing your actions and they are condoning it and not advising you. It is not a good thing. It is not a good thing. I believe that you can do better. You can do better, my dude. And I believe you are a one-man squad. So if you do it better, it will help us very well. But if you are doing the way you are doing it now, it is not helping issue. Rather, it is an indictment to what we are fighting and what we believe in. Until we meet again, great Biafrans all over the world, this is where I am going to leave it. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay informed. If there is anything I have forgotten, I believe I will remember next time. Bye for now.